Good morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at property address 4573 Northwest 147th Avenue here in Portland. We are located at the front of the house. We're at the front left corner. That's as you face the front door from the street. So you've actually got two cleanouts right next to each other. The larger cleanout over here is the looks like storm and probably a low point drain. The smaller 3-inch cleanout is your sewer line. We're checking the overall condition and serviceability of that here. So we're going to drop in, waters are running. We're going to zero out the foot counter here. Off we go. And it sounds like there was some kind of, my understanding is some kind of repair was done here recently, so we'll see how that looks. I believe it was like a belly or something of that nature. Oh, you know what? I think my camera... camera dropped in and flipped backwards on itself. Oh, we're looking good going back to the foundation wall. Usually save that part for the end. My camera right now is upside down. That's why the water is at the top of the screen. I don't know if this line got jetted out recently, but it is unbelievably clean. This is how you want your sewer line to look. It's not easy to keep a line this clean, but it can be done. I've been doing scopes now for 15 years. I've done over 25,000 scopes and a lot of drain cleaning. And I've become a very big stickler on grease buildup. Grease, fats, and oils. That is the #1 thing that will gunk your pipe up over time. It is a major contributor to a lot of blockages that occur. Makes your line a sticky mess and causes stuff to get hung up where it otherwise wouldn't. And it causes blockages that do occur. There's a lot of blockages that happen that do not result in backups. They're very frequent, actually. Much more so than you would think. But your pipes are clean, and assuming your blockage isn't made out of a whole roll of paper towels, head pressure can break blockages loose a lot. And it happens a lot in sewer lines. I think we just went through that repaired area there. You can see how crazy clean that piece of pipe was. That's where the line was fixed. And thus far, repair looks good. We'll get a better view of that coming back out when the line's drained. Anyway, best living habit you can build into your life to help keep your line clean is especially helpful when you have little kids in the house that are still learning how to fold toilet paper and are still balling it up, is to avoid greases, fats, and oils from going down your kitchen sink drain. Watch out, kitty cat. I got a cat walking on top of my stuff here. Anyway, so far, nice looking line. The line terminates directly into the manhole out in the street here. We're going to go locate that real quick here while the pipe drains off. Then we'll get a second look at everything as we come back in. But so far, nice looking line, very clean. Alright, it's still got a little bit of water trickling off here. Let's see how close we are to draining out. And still got a little bit trickling through the clean out. Anyway, as the line makes its way out to the road, you can see the patch in the driveway. That is over top where the sewer line is at. And then right at the end of the driveway, just past the, or maybe 3-4 feet into the street, you'll see a manhole sitting there. Line terminates directly into that manhole, which is also kind of a unique thing. That's about every 4 to 5 homes will tie into the manhole. The rest of the homes out there will just tee right onto the main lateral. All right, we're down to just a slight trickle at this point here. By the time we get back to the repaired area, we'll be fully drained off. That's the spot I want to take a good look at, just to make sure. It looked like they graded it proper. I think we're going to be okay there. Anyway, and based on the staining that's in this line here, this line, again, what we're looking at right here is remarkably clean for a sewer, especially a house that's been around for this long. I scope brand new construction homes, 10-month warranty new construction homes that are, I mean, nowhere near this clean, if that gives you an idea. But the fact there's a little bit of a mildew film inside there tells me that this line has not just been jetted out or cleaned. Otherwise, that would be gone. It would be just as clean, or nearly as clean, as the new piece of pipe. So this is a really nice example of how to treat a sewer line. It's, from the sounds of it, doesn't sound like it was a big household, which helps too. You'll see often a different level of buildup when you have one person versus a house like mine with 4 kids and 2 adults in it. All right, just a very, very slight, super minor. I mean, we're talking, that thing my camera barely even feels. That's about a 1/16 of an inch out of whack joint there. I would never beat up any repair guy, especially for a spot repair. This was a nicely done spot repair. In fact, I often tell people, just because of the propensity for it to happen, a lot of spot repairs are not worth doing unless the problem is really severe. It's a lot easier, or a lot harder than you think, to splice in a new piece of pipe into a pre-existing line. It's a situation that often results in settling problems, usually far more severe than this. This is essentially nothing. And to give you an idea, when it comes to offset joints, I usually don't even start seeing true flow problems, high-risk situations where blockage is going to occur in 4-inch pipe, until the offset joint is at least 1 inch tall. What you have there, I mean, has absolutely nothing to do with anything as it relates to flow. Well, the joint's sealed up tight. I will at least notate that on the report. You have about a 1/16 of an inch. That's from a hyper-technical standpoint. You could even call that an offset. Nowhere near needing correction there. Stuff will shoot over that like it's not even there. And the transition joint from ABS to 3034 also look good. So both joints there are intact and doing their job. And now that the line's fully drained off, all reverse direction once again. Even with water running earlier, I could tell the line looks good going backwards. But we'll take a second look here. Everything from the clean out access to the main lateral connection, all of it is in good condition, has good flow, and is functioning properly at this time. And superbly clean to boot, which is really nice to see. And this is the part of the line, I could tell, this is what gave it away that no one had jetted this line out. It's very common that folks will jet sewer lines either before the sale of a home to spiff things up and or to minimize some kind of issue that may be going on the line, just to help it not look so scary. But the one part of the line that no one ever cleans is backwards. So you could have this crazy clean exterior line, but the interior line will tell the real story. This is a home that's just been living clean as can be since inception. So pipe looks good going back to the foundation wall. That's about as far as I go there, unless it's a basement floor. Piping on these homes are exposed in the crawl space. That's stuff the home inspector takes a look at. I look at the underground stuff. But line looks great going back under the foundation. No settling issues. Great flow end to end here. All the pipe is in great shape and super clean. Sewer line is functioning properly at this time. Very nice looking line there.